Welcome back to another video, and if you're new to the channel, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video. I really hope you enjoy the content that I create. If you wouldn't mind, consider subscribing. We'll get right into it. This is Parcel Simulator. If you watched my last video, that was before my last stream that I did, and we were slowly working on trying to perfect the product output within the game itself, because it's turned out to be a little bit more challenging than I expected it was going to be. But we ended up doing it over, I think the last stream I had, I was like 6 or 7 hours. I sat here just going through like little piece by piece and all the little nuances of getting it set up perfectly to essentially just automate it. And all I have to do is change conveyor belt or push conveyor belts, pause and unpause, and that's really it. So we're gonna run a couple of days, and I'm gonna show you kind of step by step what I did throughout the different levels of warehouses and stuff that you unlock. I did by the end of the stream find a perfect setup for all of the sorting machines, but that's not until you get to warehouse tier, I think it's 10, and you just go ahead and what is today? So today is plane, train, and truck. So essentially all you have to do is see what you're sending out for the day. You unpause the ones you have set up. So as these are right now, these 4 middle racks are my overstock for planes for the days that planes don't go out. This far right one and the far left one are for ships for overstock. And then this is all stock over here. The 2 right ones are for trains, middle one is for ship, and the 2 left ones are for airplane. Same thing. 2 left ones are for airplane, and then same thing as this. 2 left 2 are for airplane. So I let these run a little bit to start off the day with, in order to let the overstock go ahead and go, so it doesn't kind of really intrude on the day-to-days. But while that's going, I'll go through my thought process behind this. So this was initially my first setup. It worked really well to begin with. It took up a little bit more room than the final setup that I had, but it was really nice for one warehouse door to be able to constantly keep going without any hiccups. So essentially you have them split between 2 rows of machines. I have all of the denied and invalid packages coming onto this row, and then same thing on this side. These all come out to the left. Get these just go on a conveyor belt over, because I could get one to go over it. These get shot across onto it as well. It works a lot better here since it's up against a wall. A lot of packages don't get shot off of the track or onto another track. I ran into that issue whenever I had this set up first over there. It kept landing on another track or falling in between the 2 tracks. And then they, go, once the valids go through, the valids get put on this conveyor belt. They both conjoin. They get stamped. And once they're stamped approved, they get sorted. I have trucks going that way to the truck door, and then I have everything else going this way, so they can get sorted onto the racks, so I can get them stocked up between the days that they're not supposed to go. Because in order to have full autonomy with this game, you have to have the storage so it doesn't get pushed through on the wrong days. And then this is kind of like the my second tier design, similar to that one. The only thing that's really different is I removed the package thrower, because it was causing more issues than it was helping. So now I have it to where the denied packages come out, run across this conveyor belt, and then reconjoin on this far left track, and then they get fed on to get stamped denied, and they get fed on to the declined, and then run over to the declined chute. And then the final layout that I decided upon, which is the most compact one, and it works really efficiently. You won't be able to do this layout until you unlock the multi-merger, which I believe is, how do I get to the tablet? There we go. I don't know if it'll tell me because I already have it unlocked. Automation. Yeah, it doesn't tell me when it unlocks, but I think it's around warehouse tier 10 or tier 11. But once you get that, it doesn't take a whole lot to convert that layout to this layout. But the big difference is all of the valid packages are pointing inwards and they run up this conveyor belt. And once they run through all of the sorters, the valids come out here, they all get stamped, and then they get sorted. Same thing. Trucks go out that way, get lined up with the truck chute, and then the rest of the packages come out through here and get organized. So for this side, I had to have a little bit of declined storage on this setup and the far left setup over there, because all the declines are going on to one conveyor belt and it kind of gets backed up a little bit. If you're having backup issues on your conveyor belts as well, these kind of cause a little bit of backup because the package has to sit here and wait for another package to go across all 3 conveyor belts on this side before it starts moving. So that was one of the issues that I had with this. I had it going over this belt right here, so I had to move them a little bit, get it to where it runs smoothly, and then them being thrown into the declined chute is perfectly fine. I think the only issue I come across every now and then is once they get thrown over is a small chance that it hits a package that's running across here. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And then every now and then you'll run into the packages to the side. They don't want to go. They get stuck just like this. You do have to mess with that every now and then, but besides that, it's fine. This side was a lot easier to set up because I had more room. This one took a little bit more finagling because I had to put these storage racks right here in the middle. I could potentially move these storage racks up against these right here, give myself more room, more storage room as well, and then move this whole setup in place of this. That's actually a really good idea. I'm not gonna do that right now because it works fine as is, but that's actually a really good idea that I may potentially do in the future. Yeah. But then same thing, I had to have extra storage for the trains. I came to the conclusion that once you have the chutes maxed out, each chute for trains, you need at least 4 racks of storage to hold the excess for the weekend that trains don't go from each one. So you'll need 4 racks for each door. And then for the planes, same thing. You'll need 4 racks of extra to be able to go from the Friday all the way to the next Wednesday. And 4 racks per door is enough storage. And then for the ships, 2 to 3 racks is enough storage to go for the entire week, because ships are only 1 day a week. So 2 to 3 racks. If you can get 3 racks, it's a lot better. But I have these 2 racks, and then I have this extra storage right here that goes to the ship with a pauser here as well. So if these get full between Saturday and Tuesday, I can just release all the ship packages. They get stopped right here and stored up, and then the ship day, I push on pause and they go through. Let's go ahead and start this day as well. But besides that, it's pretty flawless. The doors are constantly opening and closing. The packages don't get stuck at the entrance or anything like that. It is a pretty well-oiled machine, and I'm very, very happy with it. Now that I just thought of that, I might maybe on a later stream move these storage racks here, and then I can have these storage racks go left and into ship and plane. And then I can have both of these sorters right next to each other. That might be better. Yeah, that'll be good. No, don't mind the 176 packages that were invalid. That is there was a lot of mishaps along the way of getting everything set up. One thing you do have to be wary of when you do have it running autonomously is, for example, since it's Friday, tomorrow is Saturday, there won't be any train shipments going. So at the end of today, I have to submit this before the next day, or the train shipments that are in there will count as invalid for the next day. And then same goes for this side, the plane and the ship ones. On the last plane day, I need to submit this one as well to make sure there's no plane stored up here for the next ship day. So, but besides that, very minimal things you have to do throughout the duration of the day. Come in, unpause the conveyor belts that are going to go that day. And then make sure you submit the 2 chutes on the Friday and the Tuesday as well for the ships that go. But besides that, it's really smooth. It makes me so, like, I'm so happy and satisfied that I was able to figure out a solution. Not a solution necessarily, but figure out a way to make it run fully autonomously. And again, with little to zero hiccups. Sometimes these packages, like, they'll bounce a weird way and fall off. Sometimes the packages will meet at a corner like this, and if they meet at just the right moment, they get stuck a little bit. So you just kind of run around and just watch all of your great progress. But this setup, I'm so glad I figured out this setup, because getting this setup actually gave me more room to do more stuff, like adding the extra, because I only had 6 racks, 2 rows of 3 over there, which I needed 8 total for the overhead for the weekend there. It gave me the extra room to do that. I still currently have, the extra space here. I have an extra space on that side, the extra space here between each. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to let this run for a little bit, and we will see if we have how many packages we get. I think the most packages we've submitted in one day so far is like 1,176, something like that. Yeah, so we're going to let this run, and we'll be back. Okay, so we had one incorrect inspection sticker applied to parcel, invalid approval criteria, country. See, randomly, I don't understand how that happens. Incorrect inspection sticker applied to parcel, invalid approval criteria, country. I don't know what door it went through. It got approved somehow. None of the conveyor belts, like the declines and the approvals, don't touch each other. So I really don't understand why when it randomly does that. The only thing I could think of is maybe by random chance, whenever an approved one goes over, like it won't do it here because this gets taped first, goes over this, and just because it touches that denial, it gets hit with the denied or approved sticker, or it comes like this one, it comes across this approval and then doesn't get denied until here. So it might, that's the only thing I can think of. I really don't know how denied ones are getting approved. They're not on the same tracks or anything. So devs, if you're watching this video, that is something that I don't understand. I'd like to. But we definitely, so it's the end of the day. We're letting the last few packages go. So see, this is one of the main reasons why I had to have storage for the declined, is because it goes over so many of these humps. This one gets kind of held back a little bit. And also I have a secondary track joining right here. So they all merge onto this one. All three doors merge onto this one. But yeah, no, that's a full day. Go to send these packages out because that's the last day for planes. Just the denials are going through. And then we'll send these packages out as well. So no trains get submitted over to the weekend. I'll go ahead and pause these 4. So no trains go through tomorrow. Go ahead and pause the planes until next week. And then we're going to go ahead and just have all of these paused as well. Both trains, both planes, both trains, both planes, both trains, and both planes. So now everything is paused. So the only thing going through for the next 2 days is going to be the trucks. Everything else is going to get stored until Monday. Denieds are getting through to their last few, and then we will end the day and we will run the weekend. I think Monday will potentially be my biggest package day. So I think I'll be able to hit 12 or 1300. I hope. I like seeing a lot of packages go through. Follow this last one. Actually, what happens if I end the day before the packages go through? Does it just finish them, or does it continue it in the morning? Saturday, trucks only. Everything is paused. I won't know if they finish or continue. No, we'll just go. All right. And we will run the weekend, and then I will see you guys on Monday. Okay, it is Monday. We had one hiccup over the weekend. One thing you guys need to watch out for too is if you are using the jumps, every now and then they won't jump and they'll just fall off the edge of the conveyor belt. And if there's one sitting right here, the other ones won't jump. That happened on that side. So got a little bit backed up on my declines, but as you can see, this is just the storage for the trains over the weekend. It filled pretty much all 4 racks. So it is very necessary to make sure you have plenty of storage if you're trying to optimize your output. Same thing here. I think this one turned out these turned out pretty good. Yeah. So 3 racks per, or sorry, this is 6 racks per door. And they didn't even touch these last 2 racks. So these did really well. Same here. This is this is shipping. So shipping on this middle one actually reached the 3rd rack, but not really much touches these back racks. They're just there for the what ifs. We'll go ahead and start these. These are my Yep, these are the train, and train. Okay, so we'll let those run, get the excess train packages out, and then we'll start the next day. We did reach over $1 million in profit. I have no reason to spend any more money unless I was thinking about putting plants on top of every single one of these, just for shits and giggles, but we reached over $1 million. It's fully optimized. There are minor tweaks that I could do, but I'm happy with how it turned out. So we'll let this last day run, see what our maximum packages. I think this a Monday with all of the trains over the weekend plus what goes throughout the day has the highest potential to give us the most amount of packages. So we'll let this day run and we'll close out this game unless they come out with some really good updates. But yeah, no, this has been fun. This is probably a good solid week and a half to 2 weeks of work that I've been playing this. Most of it on stream, a lot off stream whenever I first started playing it. If you guys want to check out any other games that I play while I stream, you know, Pinky's Plays TV. I stream most weeknights, UK time. I would start it, but I don't want to just yet until this side is fully through, at least. Because if I start sending packages through here, they're going to get backed up with these. So we just let this run for a little bit. Okay, we are starting this day. We are already up to 185 packages. These truck packages are still going as well over here. So we're going to be getting a lot more. So we somehow got 7 mislabeled packages. There's another one. Invalid approval criteria similar was invalid. So I think where the issue lies is in some of these sorters, because as I was sitting here watching these go through over here to the truck and train, is I had some trucks on this set of racks right here, which doesn't make sense because if they're going through the sorter, there should be no trucks going forward at all to those racks. They should all be going to the left. So I think there might be some issues in these like the cargo type sorters. I don't know. I'm really not sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's either way. Like, yes, there are the minor. No, what's happening over here? No, my numbers. Oh my God. That's upsetting. My automation, my perfection. No, it's fine. And again, it's minor things that's caused by the game that I can do essentially nothing about. Granted, if I were to ditch these being thrown, the packages probably wouldn't get stuck like that, but I wanted to leave this here as a development layout if you're just starting out, because you won't be able to move to this exact setup just yet until you unlock the multi-joiner. So it is what it is. Now with that delay on that side of the packages, we'll probably still be around 1100. We're still getting some denieds. Minor thing, I don't know what to do about that, but this is a very good layout if you're trying to optimize what you do in this game. If you have any ideas on how I can make it better, or if you have any ideas as to why certain packages are being marked incorrectly or whatever, let me know down in the comments. I will also leave a link to this game in the comments below if you enjoy automation as much as I do. See, here we go. One of them just fell off and it throws off everything. So, but yeah, some minor things. Yeah. Leave a comment below if you think that there's anything that I should change to any of my layouts or any of my designs to better optimize it. If you enjoy this video, please check out my other ones. Consider subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And until the next video, guys, y'all take it cheesy.